All right. Good evening and welcome to what will be the last episode of Ozhammer on YouTube. I'm Brinley, the real Britain Shady, and here are my two favorite people on earth, Toddy and Scott. How you guys going?
Oh man, I can't wait to show.
Hey.
Well, it's going to be
Thank God
good.
we're leaving.
We're all getting good to go. And it's been a very, very exciting time. So, yes, you heard it from here. This is going to be the last. This is actually going to be the last YouTube video that we do through YouTube because I'm going to be honest, YouTube is great for cat videos and for like fail army and all that other stuff but as a small content creator, like we don't stand a chance. Like, it's a really, really hard time.
I'm back.
And you're back, and we've got David Maidment here in the thing, and unfortunately it looks like we got swapping over, so you guys can keep talking. YouTube's picking it up. Toddy's gorgeous face on the camera. I'm just checking down here. I'm just having a look. We're all good to go. We had a bit of an issue last time.
I'm good. Internet hates me, but that's all right.
As per usual. All right. David's in the chat. Hey, buddy. Good to see you, man. Good to see you for the last episode. I think you were there for us at the start, and you're here in the end. It means a lot. All right. So, what did everyone do hobby-wise this week? I mean, last 2 weeks.
All right, I'll go first. What do I do? Put some grey knights together. Metal grey knights. Finally got them stripped and then primed. Stupid me in the rain yesterday, walked out with one and went, psh, 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 oh, this is cool. And then went, oh, it's raining. Yeah, straight back into the metho and wait till today.
Did anything actually happen to it, like from the rain?
It just clogged up. Like,
wait, did you spray in the rain?
Well,
yeah.
Like,
wow.
Okay. Well, fuck. So I walked out my back door, and underneath my shade cloth, which is shade cloth, in the rain.
Yeah, drizzling through.
Yeah. So yeah, you could say I did it actually in the rain, and didn't even think. I just walked out and went, oh yeah, and then sort of went, oh.
Oh, my miniature's really wet.
and the miniature, like, it just looked like it just clogged up. Like all the I did the same thing today, and it just dried nicer. Like there was more detail. Where yesterday just clogged up the detail of the model. So when you read the can, minimal humidity, fucking can.
Yeah. So.
I know people who won't spray paint because it's rained that week and you're out there in the fucking rain.
Yeah, man. Just wait for like any other week in Australia when it's not raining.
You had to do it yesterday, dickhead.
And mind you, like in saying that, it has been a really, really good winter for undercoating stuff. Like it hasn't been too cold. It hasn't been really humid. It's been amazing. Like I got all of these bad boys done.
Wait for summer when we'll be like priming shit at midnight because that's the only decent time where there's decent temperature.
I'm not looking forward to it at all. Like,
oh, look at all that yellow.
Look at all that. Look at all that yellow. Look at all that disgusting yellow. Shut up. You don't have to paint them. It's horrific. Got some big sweet ass vehicles.
So apart from those value of grey knights, I got the Hellblasters back out for a little bit. I did minimal color on my banner. Like I did the black and the yellow because I'm still scared of it. So like I'm doing little bits and pieces as I go, literally. Did some more on my faces. I've done little bits of everything really for the last fortnight. So my faces aren't too bad. And that's sort of about it. I think that's my... Oh, and then rearrange the house for more hobby. And oh, yeah. I made my new hobby station.
Show us... Oh, wait.
Insert your camera. Showing the rest of my brothel of a house.
There are prostitutes.
There you go. Yeah, no, not prostitutes. So that's like more of the shit in the corner. So I've got like, yeah, that there, and then laptop there. It's sort of just like a little corner. And that's upside down. Got those there that I want to paint. So it's just like a little computery corner desk thing that I picked up off. I think I got it off like Marketplace. I know I got it for $20. It was around the corner.
That's pretty good. That's really good.
Yeah. So it's literally perfect because out in the garage it's just freezing cold. It's just an ice brick out there, concrete double brick walls. So I thought, game out there, do all the wood cutting and all the terrain building and shit out there, which will give me a little bit more room to work out there as well, and keep the hobby in here where it's all relatively dust free.
That is a solid plan. Toddy, what have you been up to, man?
Has it really been 2 weeks?
It has been. It has been. Maybe we should tell people why you're building yourself a new aspiring champion.
Yeah, I was gonna slowly build into that. So here, somewhere lying around is the aspiring champion I was all really excited about playing our kill team campaign with, and he died. And that's cool because kill team, you play, you guys, they die and you roll for them and they come back, and sometimes they're wounded, sometimes they get XP. But my guy died, like for reals died, game 1, and I lost 3 of my kill team members game 1.
Mine was cool though. I'm like, yep, cool, all good wins, all back. Oh, cool. And then you're like, oh my god, what the fuck?
That's so many. like a 50-50 roll watching Toddy. It's like half his team is dead. He actually did really well in the game.
Yeah.
Oh. So how are you? What are your design plans for this new aspiring champion?
So engineer, stand up. Was I just frozen the whole time because I've just snapped back to reality, or you guys still can see me when I'm doing this?
No,
we can still see you. You're definitely, I don't know. Look, you're really clear on YouTube. Like, there's no delay, but for some reason we've got delay on Hangouts.
Yeah, it just I just freeze. So I'm just gonna keep rolling with it whenever it freezes.
Yeah, man, just keep running with it. We can still hear you. There's no issue there.
Perfect. So yeah, no, I'm down 2 specialists and a cultist champion in my kill team, but that's okay. We'll bounce back. We're chaos. We're used to being the underdogs, man.
That's fine. 10,000 years ain't teaching nothing.
All part of the long war. The other
long war.
Other little beauty I've been working on, and I put some pics up of him, but here's as complete as he gets. This is my new Fabius Bile.
That's snazzy.
And this dude, pretty pricey. There's quite a few kits gone into him.
What'd you say? $130. What?
Yeah.
That's like that's the same price as a repulsor tank.
Yeah, but
this is what $120 actually looks like. I'm just saying.
This is what real men spend $120.
Real men spend $120.
Bilbo.
The only Fabius Bile build. You know what? You're gonna finish making it, get paid up, it's gonna look wicked, and then Games Workshop is just gonna come in and be like, "Thanks for the idea, Todd."
Here's the new Fabius Bile model. So
that looks familiar.
I'm doing something very similar with my World Eaters. I'm making like a little band of like former World Eaters turned Black Legion to make into my kill team.
Wow.
And then I saw on a rumored mill today that apparently we're getting Angron December.
Yeah, that was a poor play on words, but I'm glad to see Angron's out.
Angron December, really? Like, yeah, that doesn't work.
What do they say? Grot December, October, and then it was something else, November, and then Angron December.
Angron December.
Terrible. October, like you get points there, GW, but like all these other names were shit.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, other than that, man, I put out that little story for us. For our
story. Dude, that was fucking awesome.
That was amazing. That was really cool. If anyone hasn't gone and checked out our Facebook page, please go check it out and just scroll down for like a little bit, just ignore a few memes and get down to the Get down. Like those memes on the way down.
Yeah, don't ignore them. Just
we put a lot of effort into those memes.
I stole, dude. I worked so hard to steal some of those. I'm telling you that.
It's a big thing. Scroll down, check those memes out. Get down to part 1 and part 2 because it was too big to put in the one post of our Kill Team campaign because it's absolutely massive. So part 1 is basically the underlying story of why we're on this planet called Margate's Wonder, and exactly what everyone is doing there is part 2 and how the game went. And it's like a bit of a play-by-play, and we're really making good use of all the cool stuff that we've been doing in our Kill Team event, which is really fun. So for those of you who haven't quite been on before, or you guys who are just joining us now, the current Kill Teams are I'm playing Imperial Guard, Toddy's got Dirty Chaos, and Scotty's got equally traitorous Dark Angels. Dirty Chaos. You think they're loyalist.
Oh, they know exactly what they've done.
So they're all over it. Oh, hey Alex, how's it going? In the chat.
Hey.
Just chilling out. So the story behind it is that Margate's World, so my Imperial Guard are the original regiment from Margate's Wonder. And they've actually broken away from the Imperium because they're tired of being under the yoke of oppressive regimes where they're just constantly getting tithed and just like absolutely just kicked down, and maybe some Tau emissaries came past and went, hey man, this is a thing. Anyway,
way to bridge to the next campaign event, Brinley.
Tau, the Scientology of 40k.
Exactly. And it's so good. Have you seen how much Scientology makes? Hey man, Tom Cruise believes in it. Maybe we should reconsider our lives. Here we are talking about Scientology. So my guys have broken away from the Imperium. Scotty's Dark Angels have caught wind of this and they're coming down to kick their heads in. And Chaos has rocked up just to try and destroy the world, which is going to be really exciting. So we've got a couple of games. It's a 3-month campaign, so we're going to try and get in as many possible games as possible. And it should be a really, really fun, exciting campaign to run through. Our first one, we played at Irresistible Force at Tanamera on last Wednesday during their hobby night, which was really exciting. We had access to some really cool some really cool terrain, and Scotty and I were able to do a really awesome.
We may or may not have taken our pants off.
Yeah, pants off. Scotty, do you want to run us through what happened? What else happened on that fateful night?
That fateful night. So we also had Terry from Because Play come. He literally stepped off the plane at 10 a.m. that morning. He was wanting to be drunk, but couldn't because he came to spend some time with us instead, which was much appreciated. He basically brought some of the cosplay that he used with when he was over in the United States. We got to play with it. We got to put it on. It still had dust on it. We were so chuffed. There's a few other cool things that he's put out, like the Imperial Guard chess piece that was in the film was signed by Graham McNeil and the whole cast, which is incredibly awesome.
Pretty amazing. So good.
Yeah. So basically, he stepped off the plane, went and had a steak for lunch. Dumped his shit at home, literally just dumped his bags, left his stuff in the car, and then come and saw us for the rest of the night. Like, he spent a good 5 hours with us, just talking and derping around with us, and it was much appreciated. It was a really, really good night. Like, I haven't had that much fun, I would say ever. Night, like, just drop my heart, just get your dicks out. Like, it's pretty cool.
You guys, embrace that motto.
Yeah, we did. But no,
I'm glad I had a helmet on, so it wasn't super identifiable.
You know what I like is when I got home and I showed Jazz that photo, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know how I feel about you being out on the internet like that." And I was like, "No, that's not me. That's Brinley, but thanks." I'm really flattered you think I look like that.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, like in all honesty, it was great that Terry came down and spent some time with us. It was a great night. We had the game of Kill Team that we played. You probably couldn't have got more cinematic if you tried. Like literally the first scouting move where, Todd picked me off straight through between two pillars. Was shit. I hated
It was like because it was such a long shot.
Yeah.
We kind of said we're just like it has to be a 6 to hit. Like you can't, and because you were shooting with a cultist, weren't you?
No, that was my my sniper tack.
Okay,
it was too.
It was still pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Shot.
And the fact that we got to do, Todd got to write that into, the narrative story that we have and everything. Like everything just worked really well. It was just a really great night. It was a lot of good times, good dice rolls, shitty dice rolls, but it was all fun. Like
so many shitty dice rolls.
Shitty dice rolls. But yeah, so like once again, thanks very much to Terry for coming down and spent, like you could tell he was jet lagged, but he put the effort in and we appreciate it so much. We had a ball. Like I nerded out, got goosebumps, the whole deal. Like I was jumped around like a little girl, with you two laughing at me because of that. So that was, that was great.
It's pretty good. For anyone who wants to go check it out, check out our Facebook. You can see all of the photos from that night and all of the really cool photo edited stuff that Todd did of our miniatures. So that's also up there. So it's really cool. We had so much fun. Oh man, we loved it. Todd's found the love of Lens FX for all of you filthy iPhone users out there.
Stuck it in Android. There's something you can't do.
Yeah, that's it. Oh man, I can't believe like Lens FX is just like that one cool tool that I'm just like, oh, that'd be really fun to be able to use. You just can't. You just for some reason.
It's got like whole features on it to like put dinosaurs. I'm just waiting for an excuse to drop a T-Rex in the background.
Just do it anyway. Just dump it in there.
Why do you need an excuse? Just do it.
Yeah, we can play Find the T-Rex. It should be good. Right. So new releases that are coming up from GW. I just want to have a quick talk about that after the Forge World price increase.
Do we have to talk?
No. We're not going to talk about the price increase. I'm going to talk about the new releases. So I'm really excited about Beastmen. I usually don't care too much for AOS, but I've always been a massive fan of Beastmen. And the fact that they're making a comeback in AOS with their own battle tome and what looks like some new miniatures is really exciting. Todd should be excited as well because he can use those for converting his dirty chaos. Yeah.
Good for chaos.
Stinking filthy chaos.
It looks so good. They are really cool.
If he didn't kill goat nipples, he'd probably be excited too.
Oh, did we kill goat nipples?
He should have been mouthing off like that.
He should have been milking himself, and he should have been returning fire. Oh man, I'm so glad this is the last episode on YouTube because we would like lose affiliation instantly. For those of you, who are wondering, it's like, where are these guys going? Why are they talking about Beastmen and goodbye YouTube? We're going to Twitch. Don't worry, guys. We're not
talking about Beastmen on Twitch though. Like that's a thing.
Yeah, we can still talk about it. I just don't think we can swear as much. So we can say fuck as much as we want on YouTube because we have such an awesome audience. But on Twitch, it's apparently we need to swear less. So that's a big thing. Cleaning up our.
It's going to be hard for me.
Yeah, but we just might make a filter or something with a time delay so the mods can just like press a button every time you swear.
Just hit the red button.
Just swear it out. But I'm excited for Beastmen. Obviously, we've got Tooth and Claw that have come out, which is pretty cool. Lord of the Rings is coming back. Like, yeah. What's going on? Like, has anyone heard anything about that? I've only seen the box set. That was
I've seen a box set. To be honest, I haven't really kept up on it. I know that I've got a box of goblins in my garage that I showed you guys that are really extremely badly painted, but hopefully I can use them for some sort of Lord of the
I used to play it way like when it first came out, and it
Yeah, like,
was
back
I
in
think just the first movie.
2007.
Yeah,
Maybe? Yeah.
when the first box set came out, you got the Moria Goblins, you got the Heroes. No, sorry,
Yeah,
it was
that's what I got. Those ones.
the Last Stand. You had the High Elves. You had the Men of Gondor.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I got that box set years ago. That was a really fun game to play. So if it's like that, you had hero activations and your
Yeah.
heroes had abilities that would do certain things in your turn. Yeah.
I'm expecting it to play a little bit like AOS, in how they kind of ran it before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see the scale of the models. I've heard the models aren't particularly well cast, but they're all plastic, so that's a big difference. So you don't have like half-kilo Nazgul like riding on like these flimsy little wings and doing their thing, trying to get trying to fall off. Man, I always like the Urukai. If they bring the Urukai, I might have a look at making an army or something. But
I heard there was a string of murders done with a metal Balrog once.
that's pretty cool.
That thing was beastly. It was huge too. It was like that big wingspan.
Oh yeah, they were massive.
Mm.
I remember reading a guide in White Dwarf about pinning the AOS the giant ogre things, and you had to drill in like a full inch, and just to like
ogre things. Hang on. In AOS.
No, not in AOS. In Lord of the Rings. Yeah, like the old metal ones, the really big like fat metal ones. Yeah, the troll.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, they were.
She had like drilling an inch.
Well, they were pewter. They were solid all the way through.
Oh, here we go. Now we've got Alex saying they're going to be 28 scale, 28 true scale is what he's heard.
Oh, cool.
So that's pretty cool. Thanks, man.
Cheers, dude.
Yeah, we're just floundering around in the dark here, but it's all plastic, so it's going to be kind of exciting. I'm not really sure about any other releases. I think Titanicus is kind of just doing its thing. I know a few people. I don't really know anyone who plays it.
The Titanicus release sort of got overwhelmed or overshadowed by Forge World.
Oh yeah, dumping the prices.
Yeah, prices sort of went Titanicus, and people went, "Oh, that's shit price," and they went, "Whoa, hang on, hold my beer."
Yeah.
Forge World.
Yeah, make it even bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, Kill Team's doing really well. It's picking up quite a competitive scene. I think we've got about 5,000 players between Australia and US who are pretty regular, which is huge. Lots of people are posting. There are some very active ones. For those of you guys who are in Australia and want to play Kill Team, we have the Kill Team Australia page that you guys can go and join on and see all of our crazy shenanigans. Or you could also, I think there's also just a Kill Team in general page, which is kind of just like everyone's just posting their own stuff. But definitely check out the Australia one because Australians are cooler than everyone else.
The one thing everyone is saying, GW, is Chaos needs more options, more than just Marines and cultists.
Yeah.
You know, I could argue that point and say give Adeptus Astartes an apothecary too, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, the fact that there's no apothecary.
Tactical Marine Scouts, you guys got the pick of the draw.
Yeah, I mean, Imperial Guard.
I'll get my fucking Reavers is what you are, just quiet.
No. The Imperial Guard are like just totally just short of choices as well. We've only got all the weapons we could ever want. Like, I'm just waiting for them to be like, oh yeah, just take a tank. Take a tank for your kill team. It'll be fine. But actually, David saying the ability to maybe summon demons.
See that? I don't think
that'd be pretty cool.
It would be nice, but lore-wise, I don't think, because a demon
in a
by itself wouldn't last very long outside the warp. Don't they need more, safety in numbers sort of thing? That's the whole point of.
I feel like if you're a chaos and you're just like, hey, there are people attacking us, you cultists come in and you just carve a pentagram into his chest and throw him at the enemy and he explodes into a demon. I feel like that's pretty chaos.
Yeah, remember in the old rules when you used to be able to, like, if you wanted to summon a bloodthirster, you'd have to be like a character or something would have to like explode to become that.
Yeah, you kill an enemy and you roll 2 dice, and if you got double 6s, it was a bloodthirster. But if you got double 1s or a 1 and a 2, turned into a spawn, and then everything in between had like +1 to wound, +1 to attack, +1. It's actually, I think it's still a thing.
Oh, sorry, no, not on the boon table. I meant like back in the old. This is stretching my memory a bit, but I think even 4th ed or 3rd ed, if you wanted to summon a greater demon.
If anyone's in the chat and who knows the answer to this question, like just throw it out there. We'd love to remember what edition this is from.
I remember reading a battle report where a guy was going up against someone. I think he was versing Eldar, and he wanted to summon a Bloodthirster or a Lord of Change, and had to like literally blow up his own character for that to happen.
Oh man, that'd be out of control. I mean, imagine that in a kill team. It'd be like, all of a sudden, you'd be like, oh yeah, 8 cultists rolling around, and the next thing you know, it's like 5 cultists and a bloodthirster.
Oh man, I'd settle for a Herald of Khorne.
I feel like if you could roll, if you could be like, I want to sacrifice. Each turn, you had the option to sacrifice a cultist. Like let's say, like you have to have like what are they called? A Dark Apostle. If you had a Dark Apostle in your team, per turn, you can choose to sacrifice a cultist, and on 3 dice, if you can roll all 5s and 6s, you can summon a herald.
Can you two calm down? Like
that's nice and fluffy though. Like imagine a nice little word bearer force.
That'd be so fluffy. And you just have like you just constantly try to summon like demons.
Man, at 4 points a model, I would just have cultists.
Yeah, man, you'd have so many goes at it. But that's poor turn.
Points on your kill team, and then you have 2 extra command points, and you just start rolling for demons.
Just start killing stuff. I think that's a cool idea. Like, and I think Imperial Guard, like, they should be able to take a Master of Ordnance or Officer of like a let's say like a Fort Observer, who's able to call down ordnance into an area.
And all of an apothecary.
If there was a larger scale game we could play with all of these characters in.
Oh.
If only. I mean, if we could just have whole armies.
Yeah. And you know what? I wouldn't mind like something like a vehicle that we could move our kill teams in.
Like a like a large wagon or something.
Yeah, a motorized vehicular substitute for legs.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I hope GW's watching this because they need some more ideas. Just saying, like.
Yeah, there's yellow.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like some sort of like aircraft that could like quickly, drop people in, and then if we could play a game where our aircrafts fight each other. I don't know. Did that even take off? Did that? What was it called? Death in the Skies or something?
I think that became just like another step in the game that got a little bit too complicated, didn't it?
Oh, I don't know. If anyone knows about Death in the Sky, Scotty wants a land speeder.
Yes, he wants
a land speeder.
Was it the last edition of Kill Team where it was up to 200 points and you could have anything up to, I think, 9 wounds or 10 wounds?
That's insane. Yeah. Yeah, you could actually. Yeah. You could have a really huge amount, but now it seems to be kept down to like a maximum of 2 or 3. But that's a cool, like, that was Shadow War for Armageddon though.
Oh, were vehicles in that, were they?
I don't know.
I don't even know. I never played it.
I can't remember.
I just remember playing a small 200-point game where I had taken.
Oh yeah, you could have rhinos. Yeah, you're right. You could have. It was a certain armor value. Couldn't exceed 33 total. So.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
So like front side.
Yeah.
Because sniper rifles don't really in 7th ed didn't really go well up against Goliath transports.
Yeah.
With mining lasers.
They were so good. Oh man, I love the Goliath transport. I actually want to try and get some of the shields from the Goliath transports, the big dozer blades, dual dozer blades. Stick them on the front of Lehman Russes.
That'd be cool.
That's tidy. That would be so tidy. That would be go really well with my acid dogs because they're like all about like urban warfare and digging shit. So
Have I told you my new idea for Legion Basilisks?
I just hit something. No, tell me your idea for Legion Basilisks.
The Plague Burst cannon crawler things from the Death Guard. Yeah, they're big tanks.
Yeah, big beefy things. Yeah,
nice little bit of piping. Top that off. Basilisks, Chaos Basilisks.
That's a great idea. No one thought of this.
Write that down,
dude. Probably because Basilisks are like $30-$40 cheaper.
Yeah, this is true. They are quite cheap. I've got 4 or 5 of them.
This is why I like converting stuff and making my own because I don't like paying money. So
this is
up that alley.
This is also true.
The reverse.
This is also true. All right, so everyone's going pretty well on their kill team. Toddy's replacing casualties. I think I took one dude, like he's on convalescence leave because he like got a boo-boo from like
tripped and fell and stubbed his toe on a pipe.
He was probably just traumatized from like grenading one of your scouts in the face.
Yeah, there really wasn't. Did you take? Oh, you must have took like 1 or 2 flesh wounds.
Yeah, I took a single flesh wound.
Watched us demolish each other and giggled.
Yeah, well, I felt like, in all fairness, it was a 3-way battle, so I just like I picked whoever I could see, and I didn't really discriminate. It was literally just whoever was in front of me.
Okay, and who was mostly in front of you?
Well, it was mostly these dirty traitorous. I mean, they're both chaos. So didn't the guardsmen didn't really disconcern between which one.
Said the traitorous guardsmen.
Yeah. Oh no, we're free now. we just refuse the imperial yoke and the effects of chaos. And
imperial tea.
Sucking on the imperial tea. We're no milk drinkers. Skyrim will be ours again. I should just call them the Stormcloaks and be done with it. It was so good. All right, so that's us and our kill team, which has been very exciting. I thought so. So look, originally this episode was going to be about ITC and game meta, which is actually really exciting. And so this is kind of the nitty gritty of it. The reason I wanted to talk about the game meta is because there was like an incident a couple of weeks ago where it came to light there was some pretty terrible people in our gaming community.
Oh, really?
And yeah, like they're I mean worse than usual. I mean, like we all have these people in the clubs and they're like, you know, some people aren't exactly the best people to play with, which is really terrible. But what I noticed is that we've got the ITC now, which is really, really amazing. They do a lot of tournament organized stuff. They release missions. They run some of the biggest competitions out there, like the stuff that happens at Gen Con, Adepticon. They run RapidCon. They've got down here in Australia, we're using their format for CanCon. The LVO, some of the really, really big names. And so what happened at this event that doesn't really need to be named because everyone can kind of pick it up and work out where it was. What happened was like 2 people who was at the convention actually got into a physical altercation outside of the convention. And so what a lot of people are talking about are should we have some sort of program such as Wizards of the Coast and some of the larger tournament organizers, should there be a system in place that bans people from playing? Yeah, we don't have that yet because we don't have a database, but it's an interesting thought experiment. Like obviously I'm just spitballing ideas. I'm not a tournament organizer myself, but it's definitely something to consider. Should we maybe like should the ITC maybe look at investing into some sort of database where, I mean, not only can we record our scores and see where our factions are, see how many games we played over a season, see where we are, and that gives them a pool to draw from major tournaments. But should it also be a thing that allows us to see if a person's like doesn't really play well with other people.
I mean,
Like,
to single out the dickheads.
well, yeah, pretty much. Like, you know, what are your thoughts on this?
We've all come across the antisocial player at one stage or another. You know, whether it's they just don't play nicely, whether they, you know, they read the rules and interpret it, you know, not in the spirit of the game, as, you know, Games Workshop would say. You know, that's frustrating, but not reportable. You know, that's just part of the. Unfortunately, that's part of it. But, you know, like, so when you get to lads having punch ups, that's when you need to. That's when things like this need to come in. I'm all for it. As much as you don't like someone, you can't just go and box on outside.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Like,
we're better than that. Like, this is a civilized
Yeah,
game with civilized
dice.
people.
Yeah.
It's a dice game.
Civilized people pay a civilized amount of money to have the stuff in the first place, let alone to go and the effort to go to a competition to play with other apparently like-minded people and have, you know, whether they win or lose, they go there to play with lads and meet new people. Yeah, I don't expect to come away with a black eye. Yeah, things, and then the other part for that is, once it's come in, what is the system? Like, is it strikes? Is it, you know, red card, yellow card, red card? You know, that's been thrown out. Like, what do you lads think would be a good, like, let alone reporting these people, you know, on the ITC database? But what way at the tournament itself is a good way to handle, you know, how many chances do you get before you kicked out?
Well, okay, so for like minor infractions, let's say like a person's been accused of slow play and it's been proven. Let's say someone's been found to be so slow play, rolling dice behind terrain. Like, if it's in a competitive state, your opponent has the right to be able to see those dice when you roll them.
Those dice rolls, yeah.
Fast play, even so, like rolling dice real quickly and then scooping them up. If a judge is called over for it, and then it's been demonstrated that they're doing it, then I feel like it should be like a yellow card and maybe like 3 yellow cards, and like, you kind of like lose the match.
Do you lose the match or see you later from the tournament?
I would say forfeit the match. So, and then we step up the next thing for like serious infractions, like serious physical threats, like abusive, like not like we call each other dickheads across the table because we're all friends and that's cool. But if like some dudes, like, there's a difference between joking around and verbally abusing. If a person's verbally abusing, so like for more serious infractions, it should be a red card. And like,
yeah, there's no second chances on that shit. You open your mouth like that.
2 red cards, you're gone from the tournament. And so, and these things should be recorded by tournament organizers. And sometimes it's hard to say, oh, we had some terrible people at a tournament. But if this was to be logged into a database, they could be like, oh, this person's like won all their games and they're like #1 in their area, but they've got like a pile of yellow cards. So they're like a bit of a shitty player. So maybe those sort of people aren't suitable to be on top tier games.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're getting to a point in our hobby where, like, this is the golden age of hobby, and I think this is absolutely amazing. I feel like wait, hold on. Just because someone plays Dark Angels doesn't mean they automatically get a red card. Oh, I don't know. oh, that's a hard one to call. Pulling out a red card.
I'd say the same thing about the Eldar players as well, though.
Or like a person rocks up with like 5 knights and they're just like, all right, let's do this. So you're like, all right, there's a red card. But this sort of stuff can be, this sort of stuff can be recorded. And because we're getting into the stage where our hobby's becoming really quite out there on social media, a lot of our top games and tournaments are now streamed. It's really, really common. I think it's important to look at having a good, solid community built around good, solid players. Because if you're on a live stream and you're a new player to 40K and people are like, oh yeah, this person's been in a whole bunch of tournaments and he's on the top table again, but the last few tournaments he was being like caught cheating, because that's what's happening at the moment. No one's actually being booted or banned from any sort of tournament play for cheating, like being caught cheating on live play. There's nothing. There's no like, hey man, maybe you should like sit this entire thing out. They literally just pick up their models and go, well, that was fun. I'm gonna go try it at the next tournament.
Yeah, there is really like a benchmark that needs to be set by the community, I think, because it's not like there's an elite group of people playing this. It's everybody who wants to enter the competitive field has a voice to be heard. And the minute that you get like that small handful who are just smashing the game to pieces in a very public way, then that just sets a bad example for everybody else.
It's a huge
and as you said, for new players too, to step in and see those people like talk about like the big names in the competitive field, to see them acting that way, it's just really shitty dirtbag behavior. But there is a huge difference, I feel, between cheating and bad sportsmanship and any kind of threat of violence. You mentioned that earlier. Like that's not a yellow card. That's not a red card. That's if you can't check your own emotions and handle yourself as an adult in a game of toy soldiers, leave and leave for good.
Yeah, like that's
it. Not acceptable.
Yeah, we shouldn't. This isn't something we're supposed to be doing. We have a really awesome hobby, and a lot of us, like, let's be honest, a lot of us are introverts. We're not here to engage in like a mass outburst of emotion. We're here to enjoy a game and throw dice with our friends. We're not supposed to be. This is an environment that we need to be subjected to, that sort of physical competitiveness, which can be quite scary for a lot of people who are doing it. And my main concern is that basically it's one of those things that if we don't start to get on top of it now, like if the ITC doesn't start looking at it and be like, man, maybe we should do this, we're probably going to start losing players. Like it's already a very competitive game to get in with. It's quite expensive, so we've got a bit going against us there. But we've also got now like this very wide streamed appeal of like it's kind of okay to do what you need to win, which is it's not something that I want to
it's antisocial.
Yeah, people want to do that. Like I don't want to be playing across from a person who's being caught cheating multiple times. I'm like, man, do I have to like check every single dice roll this guy's doing? Like I want to be able to trust the person I'm playing across.
Yeah, there needs to be a level of confidence in your fellow player.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it.
Well, you've played a couple games of Infinity, haven't you, Brent?
Yeah, it's a good game. It's a good game. I definitely enjoy it.
From I haven't played it, but my understanding was that group of people who are playing, in the competitive scene there seem to be like a very different crowd, or there's a lot of people who are even driven out of 40K who've made their way over there.
Yeah, I would say so. A lot of the new players who are playing Infinity, which is a cool game if anyone wants to go check it out. We've done a couple of casts on it, and I'm building an army at the moment. A lot of people who play 40K and don't really enjoy the competitive side of it, they play competitive Infinity because Infinity is actually quite it's a really nice community to deal with. Everyone's quite friendly and open, and what really you can't really cheat. You can't really cheat in Infinity. It's very difficult because the face-to-face rolls are very, very straightforward. The rules are very, very straightforward. And the only thing that's really going to bring you undone is not having like a full knowledge of the rules. But to be perfectly honest, I have never played a game with anyone who's been like just done something and then something's happened and I've died. Like if they do something and I'm like, okay, so what are you doing? They'll run me through it and tell me exactly what's going on. So there's no issue with it.
That's a really good point, Bryn. That is not something that is prevalent in our community. That's not that openness is not the status quo. It's not the common thing.
Yeah, it's not a thing to do. Like the Infinity community is quite close knit, and if a person starts picking up an attitude where they're known as a fairly shitty player, I can guarantee you they're not going to get a lot of games. So
Is it because they're smaller? Like, I don't know how to say. I sorry to be blunt with it. They're not as big as Warhammer. So because they're smaller, they're a lot nicer.
I think it's because the game system itself attracts a different breed of person. To be honest, it's a different level of play. Like it's a very someone Just Noir in the chat has just mentioned it's very cooperative gameplay system. So you have to be interacting with your opponent constantly. There's none of this. Is like, okay, I've done my turn. You do your movement. I'm gonna go get a beer and order some food, and I'll see you in 40.
Yeah.
So which what happens a lot in
that's Warhammer.
In Warhammer, like you can't do that. You can't do that in Infinity because you'll be like, even in your turn, it's only 3 turns long. But it's probably the equivalent of 6 turns. We'll probably have to do another Infinity chat at some point. But I do have my Pano Force here, which I will be painting up in glorious blue colors. I have picked up the Infinity Painting Bible, which has got all the airbrushing thing, which is another good buy if you should buy it.
Oh, that's the one you picked up the other day down at IF.
Oh man,
yeah,
so good. Best $50 I've ever spent. It is a phenomenal resource. Just Noir said, so plus Infinity, you always have playing involved. Yeah, exactly. Either reactive turn. Yep. Yeah, she's rolls.
Which roll for me.
Alice Grayman.
So yeah, the game, the way that the game plays lends itself to being social and interactive, and there's no leeway for the sort of behavior that we see in that game. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I'm not. Look, I haven't been involved enough in the Infinity ITC to really get a full understanding of it. My best going off for competitive play, which I would like to see Warhammer go, would probably be Wizards of the Coast and how they run their thing. I don't particularly like their business model, but how they run their competitions is quite straightforward, and their player support, because they have a database and all this other stuff. Look, Wizards of the Coast have been known to go as far as not only banning a member for life, but forbidding anyone from selling that person their product on risk of, like, on threat of losing their license to sell Magic the Gathering cards. But like, you can't imagine, like, I'm not going to go into the detail of what that person did to earn that sort of like retribution, but it definitely has. Oh, just someone who's saying Boo Pano. Oh, wait, it's the blue one. I picked it up for like $50. like you leave them alone. They're like crazy sword wielding crusaders.
Popping shit from the chat.
I am cold. We have got such an active chat tonight. Man, you guys better come over to Twitch when we're there, because it's going to be lit there as well. We're going to be using all the latest kid terms like yeet and clutch.
If you dare, you're done.
Definitely
Sing
come check
Baby
us out.
Shark, I dare ya. Go on, do it, I dare ya.
Oh, that is a good song though. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's do you reckon we could put like a theme song on our Twitch thing, so every time someone logs in, it just plays Baby Shark?
Oh, something like that.
For those of you who don't know what Baby Shark is, I will include a link in the at the bottom of this video, just for everyone who wants to know all about Baby Sharks.
This is now officially sponsored by Ozhammer.
Officially sponsored by Ozhammer. Man, it's a terrible song. But David says yes, do it.
Good on
Dave. He's always in the chat chilling us out. But yeah, those were my thoughts on basically the ITC and where I wanted it. Oh, well, not where I wanted to go, but it's just thought for consideration. Not taking into account current events or anything, but I feel like our hobby needs to be working in like a positive way to support its community.
It is growing now more than it ever has in the past.
Oh man, it's out of control now. We're okay. So for those of you who are wondering, it is estimated we have about 160,000 people who play and/or collect Warhammer 40k, just Warhammer 40k in like the English-speaking world, which is phenomenal.
Wow.
And that's just going on rough estimates of the interactions that I see in a couple of like the larger the larger 40K groups that I help moderate. So it's a huge number. It's a really huge number. Now, so it's really big. So we've got a lot of people to take care of. We've got a lot of people to look after. We've got a lot of interest at stake, and we've got a lot of people who want to play. Yeah. And like being all competitive, like being a competitive sport, like it's going to attract some people who don't get along with everyone 100%. And we just want to kind of limit that, especially like, I'm not saying you can't play the game. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to be a dickhead, don't play it near me.
Yeah.
Like there are probably certain groups, like hyper competitive groups, where you can go out and like absolutely smash face and not have a good time. But when I play a game of 40K, like I will run like some of the dumbest lists I can possibly imagine. Like I will take 6 walkers for like 6 sentinels just because they're there, and like there's no, you know. And we all do it. We just want to have fun. We just want to have fun rolling dice. That is literally the end of the day. That is it. That is 100% it. That is all I have to say on that. I don't know if you guys want to add anything else.
No, it's pretty much it. Like I said, my thing is just I'd like to go there and not deal with dicks. That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Sweet.
And there is a big difference as well between, you know, someone who picks up a codex, who reads through it, who goes, "Oh, this is the list I'm going to make, and it's absolutely going to smash face." But that, sorry, but that same person can do that and still get top points in sportsmanship, and you know, be a decent player and a good member of the community. You don't.
I've had games where I've lost miserably, and I've been laughing as I'm dying. Literally.
It's pretty good.
Take last week, for example.
But
yeah, like there's ways to do it.
Have you played any of those other games, Scotty? The ones where you win?
When I what?
When you win.
What? I have no concept of that.
No, I don't know this word.
I do not know.
Steven's saying, "Todd, I told you not to go to the Echo."
Oh yeah, no, I'm dying. I have plague.
Did you go to the Echo?
No, I think I
just caught it.
I think I had to kill like sneeze in my mouth or something.
I'm gonna be in
just
went to the Echo. Gross. Who does that? That's anyone who's from Brisbane doesn't go to the Brisbane show.
I've got a bowler right now, Todd.
Full of carnies.
Oh man, you're gonna die. All right. So, John Dixon, I think.
What else have we got to talk about, lads?
Well, okay. Well, I mean, this is our last show on YouTube. I really feel like we should do like a little bit of a trip down memory lane.
Are you gonna take us? Can we all sit down and listen to your stories?
Yeah, we can all sit down and listen to me crap on about
Once Upon a
memory lane. Yeah, so once upon a time there was this group called. We'll take you all the way back to the start. So back before Ozhammer was Ozhammer, we were actually known as the Legion Cast, which lasted for all of 1 episode. The reason we were called the Legion Cast is because we were actually like a little media split off that were trying to like do media stuff for this group called the Legion of Wargamers, which is actually a group here in Brisbane long time ago. Some of you in the chat will certainly. Oh, we need a flashback filter.
Step your tone.
Yeah, we'll get that. Maybe on Twitch we can pull that off, but at the moment we can't do it. So we were originally working with this group called Legion of Wargamers. Anything, everywhere, stuff dissolved there, and we split from them because me and another fellow decided that we could do our own thing, and we did really well. Like we kicked off our YouTube channel, and originally we were focusing on 40K, and we were focusing on Age of Sigmar, which was really fun. We started off doing a show. Our first show was about essential hobby supplies, which we will be revisiting for our 1-year anniversary, which will be held on Twitch, which will be on the 10th of September. So that'll be really exciting. So there'll be like a year of stuff that we've learned and all the cool tips of the trade. And I've got 2 new faces with me to share their knowledge as well. So that's gonna be extra exciting. After that, we did a series of interviews, and we interviewed and we talked to everyone from local TO organizers, international TO organizers, We spoke to
Narrative writers.
narrative writers. So just not dropping names, but there was definitely Gray McNeil, Dan Abnett, Gav Thorpe in there. Like, just saying, just not big nerding or anything, but those people were on the show, and that was really exciting. That was a huge milestone, like especially for my career. Man, I remember the first show I did. I was so nervous because I'd never been on any sort of chat before. But like now, like we just jump on and we just smash this out and we just do our thing.
Talk it up.
Yeah.
And for does yes, essential hobby supplies include beverages in the can. This is definitely not coffee.
I drink water.
I drink water. And who are those blokes? Yeah, good question. Who are these guys? We've had some really cool people on the show. We've had Hobbyist Girl, who's a Twitch streamer. We've had Michael Edwards, who is a local TO. We've had B Cosplay, which we have formed a fantastic relationship with. And like, let's be honest, Terry is basically the patron saint of Ozhammer now.
Yeah.
So
Right.
he's a super cool dude. And we've had some really amazing. We've had some really amazing people on the show. And so I don't like our time on YouTube has been really, really well spent. But the problem with YouTube is that if you're a small caster, you can't actually get out there very well. Like I'm like dropping all those names and we've done interviews with those people, but I can guarantee you none of those views really like it's not about the views, it's not about the likes, it's not about the amount of subscribers or anything. We've got an amazing subscriber community and everyone's really interacting. We've got like 9 people in chat right now, which is absolutely fantastic. And we do a few people.
Water.
Yeah, and thank you for so much for or just viewing us and joining us tonight for our last show on YouTube. But it's not about that. But being on YouTube is just like we're not part of the algorithms. We don't have over 1,000 subscribers, and we don't have 40,000 hours worth of views. Like unless we start making cat videos or wearing less pants, we're probably not going to be getting anywhere anytime soon. And the problem is that we're damn it, and we're all about that community. And what we want to do is that we want to be part of that community more. So we're going to be going to Twitch. So for all of you who want to come over to Twitch, which I'm assuming would be most people, you guys can join us there, which means we can produce more content. We're going to be doing the show live on Twitch, which is going to be extra exciting. We'll probably be doing it through Hangouts or Discord or something later on, but I'll be streaming twice a week, and Toddy and Scotty will be doing their own sections alongside it. So it's going to be very, very exciting.
So just to say to Justin, sorry, yeah, the next show is when we're going live on Twitch. That's it. This is it. The next
please keep your clothes on. Well, it looks like it's going to be cat videos. Twitch name, it's just Ozhammer.
Just still Ozhammer there. Yep.
It's still Ozhammer. Just look us up, check us out. We're doing a lot of work on our Twitch channel. Just like us. We did a test the other day and we had a really good reception. Like we had like 7
tests. We did really well.
Yeah, we had 7 people and we had a couple of people talking to us in chat, which was really exciting. But that's where we're going. We're going to Twitch. That's going to be our new base. Like obviously we still got our crazy Facebook going on. We've got an awesome community there. And once we're all set up, we'll probably put in release on there. You guys should definitely check us out on Twitch, like us, and you guys will be able to see us going live. We try to support as many like-minded creative artists as well. So we'll be often hosting people when we're not online. So it's a pretty regular channel. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting stuff going on there. Yeah, look, that's where we're going. It's going to be an exciting time. Like Ozhammer, Ozhammer on YouTube has been great. We've achieved a lot of stuff. You know, we've got a decent amount of subscribers, and that's been amazing. So we're not unappreciative of that at all. But to grow further and to get more involved with our community, we need a different platform. Like we just can't fit into the algorithms here on YouTube. And we've already been approached with some really awesome sponsorship offers going over to Twitch. So that's just where it is. That's just where it's going to be. So,
yeah.
Just going to be a lot more fun, which means we can't swear as much. So we kind of just got to say fuck as much as we can on this.
Oh,
shit. Fuck. on this episode because we gotta tone down the language a little bit. I think we can
get red buttoned like every second word.
Yeah, we can. I think we edit it. I'm not really sure. I've looked into it a fair bit. For those of you who stream on Twitch, we're going to be using Streamlabs, which is going to be a pretty cool program. But yeah, that's where we're going. It's been really exciting. We've had a lot of people. We will hopefully be having our regular people on there. The show's not going to change. It's still going to be every fortnight. It's just going to be on Twitch. So we'll be able to, instead of interacting with everyone in the chat in YouTube, we'll be able to interact with everyone in the chat on Twitch. And there's like emojis and emoticons, and there's so much more we can do on the chat now.
Oh my God.
It's going to be
a picture of my face in the chat.
So person asking, it's going to be it's going to be hobby based. We're still doing our show. I'll be doing my painting twice a week, and Toddy is going to be doing something.
Yeah, man, I'm going to try my hand at a little bit of a lore story. We're going to go right back in time to the very, very early days, like pre-unification on Terra. And I'm looking forward to just talking to a bunch of people who know a hell of a lot more than me and going through the story of 40K from the very beginning.
Yeah,
see how
it's going to be, hopefully, it's still in the works, but hopefully once it comes out, it'll be every fortnight, every week. Hopefully, I don't want to say too much right now because it's not done yet, but once it is, I'll let you guys know.
It's really a hobby thing. So there'll be lots of stuff. It'll be mostly hobby related, but yes, if we can, we'll be putting up our Todd's Titty streams. That is a good name. We will be definitely getting doing maybe some bat reps if we can. We don't do a lot of bat reps. We kind of do our small stuff. Yeah, kind of do our small stuff. But like if it's something that we find really cool, like short games or something, we'll probably do that. Depends how we go.
I'll keep stories and pictures out for all our little kill team stuff. That'll keep going.
Heaps of stuff about that. So it's gonna be a good mix. It's gonna be a good mix. But obviously it's gonna be very interactive. So you guys can get on the chat. You guys will be able to talk shit with us while we're painting, while we're hanging out. And like honestly, we look forward to seeing everyone. We cannot wait to make the move to Twitch. It's a big scary move considering none of us really know anything about Twitch, and it's been a bit of a learning curve, but we're definitely on the way there. It's a good program. I'm enjoying it. Toddy's gonna be all for it. We're gonna get some of our big people on again. I think you guys can most certainly look forward to seeing Gav Thorpe back on. He's hopefully he'll be returning. He doesn't know this yet, but we're gonna. He's
nice dude.
He's a really cool. Yeah. He's a really cool dude to talk to. We'll actually be uploading the interview with Gav Thorpe. So we're going to be taking some of our stuff from YouTube over to the Twitch channel. Someone says, talk about some 30K. Sure, man. We can totally do some 30K. We'll just...
Let's talk about how no one can afford 30K anymore.
Yeah, no one can afford 30K anymore.
Walks around with these lumps of resin and just beats it.
Yeah, man. If you guys have 30K models, you're like literally sitting on gold at the moment.
No, I will very much be covering as much of the 31st millennium as I can in our little Twitch labs.
But Juz has put another question up. How much is subs and what's the benefit? So it's all free.
Yeah, so it's all free at the moment. We haven't got any affiliation. So we have to hit that. I think we have to hit that level 1 affiliate with Twitch, which we haven't hit yet. We need 50 followers and we need at least 3 people watching. So you guys are on, watch every show or like regular weekly shows. And if we can get to 50, we can then start doing subscriptions. We haven't done any subscriptions yet. And we're not honestly, we're not entirely sure how the subscriptions work, but we want to keep it as beneficial for our members as possible. So if there's something you really like on another channel, definitely hit us up and be like, hey man, if you guys want to do this for your subscription, like we're totally open to ideas. So we're working it out as we go. So if you guys have something really cool going on, Andy Chambers, Rick Priestley, oh god, yeah, we can probably get those guys on. That shouldn't be terribly hard. What do you reckon, Andy Chambers? We could probably pull him on.
Oh, yeah.
Rick Priestley, I remember meeting him when he was playing a Bretonian army back at I think it was like RapidCon, way back when.
Back in the day.
Long time ago.
Yeah, so we're getting on there. We want to keep it as free as possible, but if there's subscription options there, we'll make it worth your while. Don't worry.
Oz's Marine Scepter.
Should be. Oh, look at that. All this cool stuff. All right. So, look, that's us. This is our last episode on YouTube. We have been crapping on for over an hour. It has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for everyone joining us tonight for our last show. It means the absolute world to us.
Thank you very much, guys. Love it.
Alex, Juz, David,
Steven,
man, you guys are awesome. And Stefan, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. For the last show on YouTube, this has been Ozhammer. Thank you so much. See us on Twitch. We'll throw the link in the chat.
catch you later, guys.
See you guys.
See ya.
Yeah, Ozhammer.